Just pseudo columns only. In the previous we have discussed pseudo columns, correct? What are the pseudo columns we have discussed in the earlier? First user, UID, next one sysdate, systimestamp, next one is the her value, next value. Up to now, these we have discussed up to now, correct or not? These pseudo columns we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, today we are going to discuss about the row ID and row number, the other two pseudo columns only. Okay. Now, what is the definition we have explained in the previous class? Pseudo column. Pseudo column also, it can be act as a table column only, but it won't store any table. Correct or not? Already we have seen all the things. User. This user is a pseudo column, but it won't store any table. These are all called as a predefined columns. These are all provided by Oracle only. That's the reason they are going to call it as a pseudo columns only. Now here, row ID. Why do we want to go for the row ID? Row ID is the unique address of your column only. What is the major point? Row ID is a pseudo column. The main purpose of row ID is the unique address of your column. Now I can tell you one scenario. First, I'm going to create one dummy table. Just you can see it here. Create table XX_RID. This is my table name only. Just I'm going to create few columns. I'm going to add the few columns here. Employee number, ename, varchar 2 of 10. Just I'm going to give it as a salary also. Salary. Just I can take the 3 columns. Just I'm going to create the table. Table is created only. What is? What the message? Range 1 to 38. What I have given here? Salary above. Now table is created. Just I am going to insert the first record. Just you can see it here. Now insert into what is our table name? XX_row ID. XX_row ID values. Now I can give the values like this. 1, A, 500 I am going to give it here. Just what are the column names here in our table? Employee number, employee name, and salary only. Just I have passed the 3 values to this table. Now run the query. 1 row is inserted, correct? 1 row is inserted. Just you can see it here. Can I add any row ID value into these columns? How many columns are there in the table as of now? How many columns are there in the table? 3 columns only. But just now, how many values I have inserted into that particular table? 3 column values we are inserted in this particular table. Now, just I can write the query like this. Just you can check it here. First, apply the commit. Okay. Now, I am going to write the query like this. Select employee number, ename, salary from XX_RID. This is my table name. Now, run the query. Only it can able to store the 3 column values only. Now here, for the same query, I'm going to rewrite like this. Rewrite the query like this. Just you can see it here. 1 column, I'm going to add it extra here. What is the column name here? Row ID. What is the meaning of row ID? Row ID also it can be act as a column only, but it won't store any table. Correct or not? Just for the for XX_row ID, is there any column of a XX_RID table? Is there any column is having a row ID? What are the column names are there in this table? Only employee number, employee name, and salary only. Is there any row ID column for this table? Is there any row ID column for this table? Currently, there is no row ID column. Now here, if I am going to execute this query, just I am going to execute this query. How many values we have inserted into this table? 3 values. So can I add this row ID into the table? Can I, while inserting the data into that particular table, can I add any row ID value? Say yes or no. Can I add this value into this particular table? Only 3 column values only I have inserted. What are the values? Employee number is 1, employee name A, salary 500 only. These 3 values I have inserted into this table. But why it is coming? After inserting the data into this particular table, by default 1 row ID is generated. All of you clear for this? Row ID is the unique address of your column. row ID, it can be automatically generated by your system only, not for you. When it can be inserted into, when it can be inserted into this table, while inserting the data into that particular column, row ID automatically it should be generated. Clear up to this, all of you? Now, while inserting the data into that particular table, row ID it should be generated automatically only. This is the advantage of row ID. Row ID, it is the address of each column only. Address of your column. What is the address of this column? This one only. Now I am going to insert the one more record. Just you can check it here. I am going to insert the one more record. Now I am going to insert the second record into this particular table. 2B 600 only. How many columns data I am going to insert into this table? Only 3 columns only. Just you can see it here. 3 columns only I have inserted into this table. Now one row is inserted. Just write the query again. This one. Just you can see the data. Apply the commit. No need to apply the commit. By end of also it can do it. No problem. Now you can check the data. Now run the query. Now, while inserting only 3 column values, but automatically the row ID it should be generated or not. What is the use of row ID? Row ID is nothing but the address of your column only. Now, for example, in your street, there are different Srinivasas are there. Okay. There are different Srinivasas are present in your colony. How the postman deliver the postcards to Srinivas? How they can able to identify? Based on the address only, correct or not? But the same way here, what is the employee number 1 address? How we can able to identify this is the address of this employee number 1 only. What is the employee number address? Employee number 2. This is the address of employee number. That's the reason while inserting the column values into that particular table, automatically the row ID it should be generated. This is the very, very important point only. Clear up to this, all of you? Automatically it should be generated. Row ID is nothing but the address of your column only. These address always unique values only. It won't commit as a duplicate values. The row ID is always unique values only. Unique means there is no duplicate data, or there is no null values only here. Okay. Now I am going to insert the one more record. Just you can check it here. Now I am going to insert the one more record. Just 3C. I'm going to give it as a 700. Just insert the record. Third record is inserted. Now I'm going to insert the fourth record also. Just you can see the data. 900. Now I'm going to insert the one more record. Same record I'm going to insert here. And one more also I'm going to insert here. First row. Again, I'm going to take it as a first row here. Just you can see the data. Here is the first row. Now I'm going to insert this record again. Just apply the commit. Now you can see the data. Now you can see the data. Select star. Select that query you want to take it here and check the data. Now, what is the key point here? I'm going to tell you. Just execute the query. How many rows are there in this table? How many rows are there in this table? Total 6 rows are present in the table. First row and last row is having the same data. First employee number and sixth employee number. The employee number, it should be same or not? Now, second employee and fifth employee. The employee number, it should be same or not as per our data. Correct or not? These are all called as a duplicate data or not? Now, you can tell me the answer. Now, these records are duplicate or not? First row and sixth row is having the same employee number. Either first row is required or either sixth row is required. Not for both. Now come to the second and fifth also is having the duplicate data. If it's required, you want the second row. If the second row is not there, now you can go for the fifth row only. Correct or not? Now, what is my current requirement? I am going to tell you here. Now you can see the data. By end of for this one, row ID always it can be printed as a alphanumeric values only. Characters and numbers only. Alphanumeric only. Now here, Alphanumeric values, it can be stored it as a row ID only. By end of the last three characters, the start with A. Next value, what it is coming? AAB. Next value, what it is coming? AAC. Next value up to Z it is coming. Once the Z is over, then it can change it to ABA. Like that it is coming. This is called as a row ID only. Row ID always it should print it as a unique address of your column only. Address of your column. Now what is my current requirement? I don't want able to see the first how I'm able to write the query like this. I'm able to see the employee number one details only. How I can write the query? How we can write the query? Select, just you can see that. I am able to see the employee number details only. Employee number one details I am able to see. How we can write the query normally? Select star from EMP where employee number equal to 1. Just I can not write this condition here. Just you can check this. Now I'm going to execute the query. Now how many rows are coming here? If I'm able to execute this query, how many rows are coming? 2 rows are coming. Now both the rows is having duplicate data or not? Now you can tell me the answer. For this employee number 1, if we want to continue this record, or if you are not able to see this record, otherwise you can able to go this record. This is a duplicate record only. Now how we can able to delete the duplicate records in our table? Can anyone tell me how we can write the delete statement? How we can write the delete statement for this? Employee number 1 is having the duplicate data. First, I am able to delete the first row only. The second row, it is going to continue only. How we can do that? How we can write the query normally? For this employee number 1 is having duplicate data, it is there. Just now we have seen the query. We have written the query and see the output. For this employee number 1 is having duplicate data. But what is my current requirement? I don't want to be able to delete the first row. I am able to delete the second row only. How it's possible? How we can delete the second row? If you are able to write the query like this, delete from, just you can see it here. Delete from, okay. What is our table name? This one. Just I can write the condition here. How many rows it should be deleted here? If I'm able to execute this query, how many rows is it going to delete? Just run the query. If I'm able to execute this query, how many rows are deleted? 2 rows only. Is it correct? Now run the select query. Select query, just without applying the commit, it won't possible. Just I can roll back. Now here, go to your query. For this query, if you are able to run this query, you are able to see the 2 employee numbers as one as a 2 different 2 records as same only. This is a duplicate data. Now, if I'm able to delete the employee number 1 employee 1 details, employee number 1 details, it can delete the both the records. Is it correct scenario? How many rows it is deleted? Actual record is deleted, duplicate record is deleted. Now, how we can store the actual data? How it's possible? If I'm able to write the query like this, department employee number equal to 1, it can delete the duplicate data, it can delete the actual data. But how I can see the actual record into a table? How it's possible? Then only we can go for the row ID only. Now just I can give the rollback. Just I can give the rollback. Now here, now you can check the data. Now you can check the data. Now I can check the data. Just I can run this query again. Just I can run this query again. Now it is having 2 records only. Now how we can delete this? Just you can add the row ID only. Now what is the row ID? What is the purpose of row ID? Row ID always it can display the unique address of your column only. Just you can see it here. Employee number is having duplicate. Employee number is having duplicate, but row ID is a duplicate. Just you can see the data. Row ID is a duplicate. Is this row ID values are a duplicate or unique values? Now, I want to continue with first record. I don't want able to see the second record. How we can delete the data? If you are able to write the delete statement like this, it can delete both the records. Actual data also it can go delete. The dummy duplicate data also is going to delete. That is not correct. What is my current requirement as per the user requirement? You are able to continue with the first row as it is. Second row you are going to delete. How we can do that? Then only we'll go for the row ID only. Just you can check this. What is the row ID numbers? Just I can take the row IDs like this. First copy the row ID values. First copy the row ID values here. Now I am going to delete I want to continue this record only. Continue this record. Second one I am going to delete. This record I am going to delete. How we can do that? Normally, if I'm able to write the query like this, delete from EMP, delete from this, just you can copy the above query only. If I'm able to do this, it can delete both the rows only. Is it correct? As per the scenario, we need to reach out. It cannot be possible. It can delete both rows only. Currently, for this employee number 1 is having 2 records. Both are having the duplicate data. Now, if I'm able to write the condition like this, it can delete both the rows only. But what is my current requirement? I don't want able to delete the first record. I'm able to delete the second record only. How we can do that? Then only we can go for the row ID concept. Just saying query, I'm going to take it here. Saying query, I'm going to take it here. Just you can see it here. Observe here how we can delete the duplicate records from the table. If we are able to write the distinct command in the select query, while execution of select query, in that select query is having distinct, only that time only it can remove the duplicate values. It is not permanently only. It's not permanently the data. Without writing the distinct command, again we need to see the duplicate records from the table. Now, how we can delete the duplicate data permanently? By using row ID concept only. Without writing the row ID concept, we cannot delete the data, duplicate data permanently only. That's the reason the row IDs is the very, very key point in the real time only. How we can delete here and row ID. What it is, which record we need to continue? First record or second record? Continue the first record only. And now I don't want to delete this record. Take this row ID only. Just observe here. What is this row ID? Row ID is nothing but the address of your column. What is the address of this one? This one only. Just I am going to delete this record. That's it. Now here, this employee number equal to 1, it is there. What is the condition? I am going to add the extra here. Row ID equal to whatever the row ID is there. Just you can take that value. Now run the query. How many rows it is deleted? In the previous, if you are able to run this query, it can delete both the records only, both the rows. Now come to this, after applying the row ID condition here, if you know this row ID, then only you can write the query like this. Correct or not? How many rows are deleted? Only one row only. Just apply the commit, you can check the data. Just apply the commit and check the data. Take that select query again and see the output only. This is the way we need to delete the duplicate data from the table only. Clear up to this, all of you? This is the interview question also. How we can delete the duplicate records from your table? By using row ID only. Row ID is nothing but a address of your column. This is the unique values it can able to store into that particular column only. Now run the query, only it can able to store the one value only. Clear up to this, all of you? How we can able to delete the duplicate records from your table? By using row ID concept only. This is the way we need to write it. Clear up to this? All of you clear for this? Now, one more condition also it is there. This is now, it's clear. Now, what is the next one? Employee number 2. Just you can check that also. Just I can write the query like this. Employee number equal to. How many rows are there? This is also having the duplicate records. But this employee number 2 is having, by mistakenly they have inserted double time only. Now I want to continue the first record. I want to continue the second record, depending on your user's request. If they are able to continue with second record, first record they are able to delete, then you can take the first row only. Just copy the data. Just copy the data here. First record I am going to delete. Delete the record. Delete the first record. Okay, this record continue to this record. Continue this record. Okay. Now how we can do that? How we can delete the duplicate data? By using like that. Copy that select query. Sorry, delete query and write it here. If I'm able to write the query like this, delete from EMP, the delete from XX underscore row ID, where employee number equal to 2. Just I can write the query like this. Now I can write the query like this. How many rows it can be deleted here? If I'm able to write this query, both the rows it can be deleted. There it is. What is? Line number 2 only, correct? I think we cannot apply the commit or rollback. Now I can check that. It's having 2 records. Now I can apply this. How many rows are deleted? How many rows are deleted? But what is my current requirement? I want to delete the first record of this employee number 2. I want to continue this data as it is only. Now, how we can write the query? Now here, just I apply the rollback here. Apply the rollback. Just I can write the query. Rollback. It can delete both the rows only. But if you are able to write the condition like this, it can delete both the rows. Now, what is my current requirement? As per our requirement, what it is? First record. First record, I'm going to delete. How we can do that? Same condition, just you can add the one more condition, row ID. Row ID you can write as a where condition also. Now here, and row ID equal to, what is our row ID? First record, take this first record only. I don't want able to see this record. I'm going to continue with second row ID. This is the employee number 2 only. Now run this query only. It can delete the only one row only. This is the way we need to write it. Just apply the commit. Just apply the commit and check the data. How many rows are there in this table? In the previous, it is showing as a 2 records. Now I'm going to see it as a only 1 record only. This is the way we need to write it. Clear up to this, all of you? How we can delete the duplicate records from the table. Now, if we know the row ID, then you can pass it the row ID here manually only. But I don't know the row ID. Currently, if you're able to see it as a 2 records are there in this table. In future, in the same, by mistakenly, they are able to enter the row ID as employee number as 100 times only. That particular employee number as by mistakenly they have entered the 100 times. Now, how many row IDs are there? 100 row IDs. Every time you are able to take the manually, every time. Each time I can copy this and pass into our query. In our table is that row IDs are duplicate. 10,000 row IDs you want to take it and pass it the where condition. Every time is it possible? That it's not possible in the real time. In your table, sometimes is a huge data it is there, lakhs of data it is there, crores of data it is there. For that scenario, this condition it won't possible. Only very, very less data it is there. Just you can pass the row IDs manually here, then only can delete the data. Now come to this, coming to table, how we can do this? For this also we can see it here. Just I can create one table. Now I'm going to create the table like this, create table, xx underscore emp underscore row ID. This is my table name. Just you can check it here. Employee number. Number. E-name. Just I can take the same columns only. I do not take much columns here. Varchar 2 of 10. Now here, salary only. Number. Just I can create the table. Now here, I'm going to insert the record. Just you can see this. Insert into table name. I can insert all the values one by one. Values 1 comma a 1000. Okay, just I'm going to insert the first record perfectly inserted. Just you can see it here. I'm going to insert the same data into 3 times for this employee number only. Second, this is the duplicate data I'm going to insert in this table. First record is having, first employee number is having 3 times, but I'm able to see the only 1 time. The remaining 2 are I'm going to delete. How it's possible? Just you can check this. I'm going to insert the second also here. Second record I'm going to insert B 2000. Okay. Second record is also inserted. Now here I'm going to insert the third. Second is also having 2 times. I'm going to insert the one more record. 3 C 3000. Just I can insert this record. I don't want to insert the duplicate record for 3. I'm going to insert the fourth record. Again, I'm going to insert the duplicate data for this. Now I'm going to insert the one more record. Fifth record. I'm going to insert the sixth record. Just I'm going to insert the same duplicate data for this also. Going to insert the one more record. Just apply the commit. Apply the commit. Okay. Now I'm going to write the query. Select query, I'm going to write this table. Now you can see this select star from. Select star from. What is our table name? This one. Okay. Just you can write the query like this. Now run, execute the query. Now you can see the data. Now how many employee numbers are there? 1, 3 records only. Now these are all called as a duplicate data or not? One record is actual data. The other two are I don't want require. Correct or not? Only one employee I don't want to see it. I don't want able to see the duplicate data. Only actual data I am able to see in the table. Now other one, second employee is having twice in the table data. I want to continue this record. I don't want able to see this record. 3, there is no duplicate. 4 is having 2 employees is having the fourth number only. Just what it is having 45 it is coming. Just a minute. I can write as a 45 where it is coming 45. Just take this. 5 only, correct? So busy. Someone wants to use this. That's the reason it is a problem again. Someone wants to use this condition. Okay, no problem. I can change the data. Okay, these many records are there. Now just what I'm going to just I can apply the update only. Update. Set what is employee number equal to 5, where employee number equal to 45. Okay, again it can throw the error. Someone wants to update this also data. This won't work. Delete also it won't work. Someone wants to work with this. Mhm. Someone wants to use this so that it is a problem only. Large scale. Delete it is not working. Later I can explain. Someone wants you log this table. I can show it later. How to delete the multiple rows are there, multiple records are duplicate from this table. One syntax it is there. Just you can follow that syntax only. How to delete the duplicate records from the table. One syntax it is there. I can show it later. Currently locks are applying here. Next one, it is having the row num only. Row num is also one of the pseudo column. What the use of row num? Row num always it can generate the sequential numbers only, but while execution of the select query, the row nums automatically it should be generated. Row num is also a pseudo column. Row num is also a pseudo column, but it cannot able to store any table. This is also provided by system only, row num. The row num, while execution of any select query, it can generate the numbers automatically only, but it is a temporary only. It cannot store the database only. The row nums, it cannot be able to store the database. So row IDs are always it can able to store the database only. Why? While inserting the data into that particular column, automatically the row ID it should be generated by your system. That row IDs are stored into the database only. But come to this row num, it cannot. Row num is also a pseudo column, but it cannot able to store the database only. Row num always it can display the numeric values only. Row IDs are always it can display the alphanumeric values. Combination of characters and numbers only. Now come to here row num, always it can display the numbers only. Now how we can write the query? Just you can see it here. Select. Now in the employee table, how many rows are there? In the employee table, how many employees are present as per the table? How we can able to find out the count? Then we can write it as a select count star from EMP. You can write the query like this, correct or not? How we can write the query? How many employees are present in the entire table? This is the query, you can write it here. Now, what is my current requirement? Just I can see the numbers only. How we can generate the number? Just you can write the query like this. Select row num. For example, just I can write these two columns, employee number and ename from EMP. Now, are you able to see the row num? Always it can generate the numbers or not? All of you clear for this? When it can generate the numbers while execution of the select query, it can generate the numbers automatically only. For example, I cannot write the row num here. If this query can display the numbers automatically. Now, 1 minute, I can remove this. Not for that. Just I can remove this. I cannot write any row num here. If this query can display the sequential numbers, now you can see this. It won't generate the numbers. When it can generate the numbers while execution of this query, row num pseudo column it is there. It can generate the numbers automatically only. Now here, this is the one. Now I am going to write the one more query here. Row num and row ID. Row num and row ID here. Just you can see this. What is the difference between row ID and row num? Just see it here. These are all called as row IDs. These are all called as just A, B, A, C. Like that it can print it. Correct or not? What is the last value? 16. A, P. Okay. These are all, these many employees are present in this table. It can generate the row ID. Row IDs are always it can able to store into the database. Row nums are temporary purpose only, while execution of this query it can be displayed. Now, what is the difference between row ID and row num? Just you can see it here. I can show the one example. Now, currently, just take this data. Currently, you can take this data. Okay. Now, I'm going to paste it somewhere. Now, what is this first column? Row ID only, correct? Next one, what is? This one, what it is? Row num only. Just I can give it as alias name like this. What is this? Employee number. Okay, employee number, employee name only. Okay. Now, while execution of this query, select row num, employee number, and ename from EMP. You can get this output. How many employees are present in this table? 16 employees are there. The can generate the sequential number. The row IDs always it can generate the unique values only. Up to this clarity, this is the query like this. This is the query output here. Just I can write the query also here. What is our query? This query output only. Next one, I'm going to write the condition. One condition I'm going to write it in the where class. Just you can see the output. Okay, this is the query. It can display the all employees only. Now, what is the next requirement? Just you can see the data. Select. Just take these 3 columns only up to this. Now I'm going to write the condition. One condition I'm going to add it here, where department number equal to 30. Department number equal to 30. Now I am going to execute the query here. What is the output? It can be displayed here. The output it should be displayed like this. Just what is the difference between row ID and row num only? That is only I am going to explain here. Okay. Now here also row ID. Row ID. This one it is having row num. And also one condition added here. Department number also for this case. Here also I can write as a department number. Why? Because we are not able to write this. You cannot able to understand here. Just department number only. First one I'm going to take it here. Same output only here it is coming. One column it is having extra. Okay. Now here department number only. Now here what it is the extra column here? Department number only. Now okay. Next one what I'm going to write it here. Just you can remove this data. Second one I'm going to execute this query. Data one more column department number. Why? Because we added this condition department number. That's the reason I'm going to explain the difference. Now here one on this employee number, employee name, now here department number, correct? Now we can see the data. Now for the above query, it can display the total employees data only, correct or not? Total employees row IDs and row nums only. How many employees are there in the employee table? 16 employees are there. The row nums it should be generated like this. The row IDs it should be generated like this. Okay. Come to the second query. What is the second query? What we have written in the second query? This is the condition we have write it here. Where department number equal 30. In the department number, how many employees are there as per our data? Department number 30, 6 employees are present. Correct? Now here, now for this department number 30, just you can highlight this. Now highlight this. What is the row number of first output? What is the row number of 30? Row number, what it is? Department number 30, first output. What is the row number? First output of department number 30. Just you can see this. This is the first one, 30. What is the row number here? 2 only. Now what is the row number here? 8 only. For this, what is the row number here? 9 only. Now what is the row number? 10 only. Now what is the row number? 11. Now here, this 13 only. Now come to this. The row name based on the condition, the row number should be changed or not. Now here, second query output. First department number 30, 7698 employee number. What is the row ID? Row number here above query 2 only. Come to second query for the same employee number. What is the row number? It should be generated here 1 only. Now the row numbers it should be changed based on your condition only. But row ID it should not be changed. Why? Because address of your column only. The address it should not be changed. Go to this. What is this 7698? What is the row number here? 1 only. In the above query output, what is the second? What is the 7698 row number? 2 only. Just you can highlight this. Both the address row ID it should be same for this employee number 7698 or not. Clear up to this all of you. What is the major difference between row ID and row num? Row num in your select query based on the condition, the row nums it should be changed only. But row ID based on the condition also it won't change. Why? Because row ID is nothing but the address of your column. Address it won't change in the database only. This is the way major difference between the row ID and row num only. Clear up to this all of you for this. Any doubts for this? Now check the second row ID also. What is this employee number? 7499 only. 7499. The row ID should be same or not? Above query and down query. Now go to 7499. What is the row number? Down query 2 only. In the above query, what is the row number? 8 only.
8.
The row number it should be changed based on the condition only. This is the major difference between the compulsory. This question will ask the interview. What is the difference between row ID and row num only? Row ID always it can generate the address of your column. Row ID always it can display the alphanumeric values only. Come to the row ID. row ID, row nums always it can generate the sequential numbers based on the condition. The numbers it should be changed, but the row ID it won't change. That is the major difference between the row ID and row num only. Next here, the row num it can be just row num also we can apply it as a where condition also. Row num it can be applied as a where condition also. That is also I'm going to show you 1 minute. Now here, I'm going to show it here how we can apply the row num also. Row num it can be applicable for this base. I can show it as a applicable for these many operators. Applicable for below operators. Just you can check this. What are all those? One is the equal to, one is the less than, one is the less than or equal to. These operators we can apply the row num only in the where condition. How we can write it here? Select, just apply here. I can write the query like this. Select star from EMP where row num equal to just I'm going to write the condition like this, 1 only. What I'm going to write it here? Row num equal to 1. If I'm able to write the condition like this, it can display the first row of your table only. What is the first row? Just you can, if you don't know the first row, just you can write as a row num. I want able to print all the columns of your table. How we can print all the columns of your table? What is the alias name I have given the table name? E only. E dot star you can write it here. What does it mean for this? After row nums along with the employee number all column. That's the reason I can write the query like this. Now first row, what is the first row of your table? This one only. Just we can identify like this. Now I want to print the second row. How we can able to do? Is it possible to do? Just you can check it here. Only row num always it can applicable for the equal condition only first record only. If I'm able to print the second record, it won't print. Just you can see this. Nothing, the output it should not be printed here. The equal operator always it can applicable by using row num only 1 only. If I'm able to give it as a row num equal to 2, it won't display. I'm able to see the 2 records from your table. How we can write the query? You can write the query like this, it won't work. I'm able to print the 5 records from the table. Now I can write the query like this. Equal always it can support the row num only 1 value only. If you're able to give it is different values, it won't print any output. Just you can see this carefully here. Is it print any output? Condition it should work, but it won't print any output only. Correct or not? Only equal it can be applicable by using row num only 1 value. Row num equal to 1, it should be always display the first row only. If you're able to see the second record, it won't print. That's the different scenario it is there. Inline view, later I can explain how we can print it that. Okay. Next, I'm able to see the first 2 records. This one row num it cannot be applicable for the multiple record. Only single record it's possible. Now I'm able to see the multiple records from the table. For example, how we can write it here? Then only we can go for the less than symbol only. Just you can see it here. Select star from EMP where row num less than 2. How many rows it can be printed? Less than 2. First record of your table only. Just you can see it here. I am going to give it as alias name E here. I am going to write the row num, comma E dot star only. E dot star I am going to write it here. It can print the first row only. Less than 2. Less than 2 means only 1 record it is bring. I am able to print the 2 records. Then for that scenario, what I am going to do? These 2 ways we are going to write it. One it is a less than 3. If I am able to write the less than 3, it can display the 2 records of your table only. 2 records. Now I am able to write the one more condition for the same here. I don't want to write the here less than or equal to 2. This is also it can be applicable by using row num. All of you clear for this? Just you can execute this query. It can display the 2 rows only. Row num it can be applicable for the what are the relational operators? Equal. One more less than or equal to. These symbols will be applicable by using row num only. If you are able to write the row num equal to 1, it can display the first record only. If you are able to write the row num equal to 2, it won't display any output. Row num, the equal operator, it should be applicable for the first record only. It won't support except 1 only. It won't support the other values. Now I am able to see the multiple records. Then only you can go for the less than or equal to. Less than you can write it here, less than 1 it won't display any output. Just you can try it here, less than 1, it can display any output, nothing. Why? Because less than 1, 0. It won't there. If you're able to write the less than or equal to 1, it can display the first record of our table. Clear up to this? This is the way we need to write it. This is called as a row num only. Now, different scenarios we are able to write the row nums. Okay. Now, I'm going to write the condition like this, where select row num, employee number, e-name, salary, where row num less than or equal to 5. How many rows it can be displayed here? If I'm able to write the condition like this, how many rows it can be displayed in our output? 5 rows only. Just check it here. Here it is. Table name cannot write it from EMP. Now it can display the 5 employees only. Now you can see the data. Is the salaries should be in proper order? Now you can see the data after execution of this query. Can I able to see the what is my requirement? Based on the salary, I am able to print the row numbers. Currently, this query, what it is printing? First row number is having 5,000. Then there is no issue here. For this value, then there is no issue here. Now, second, what is this? This is the second salary here. But what the row number it is generating? 5th only. I am able to see this 3,000 is having here. For example, I am going to write the order by also. Order by salary descending, I am going to write it. What are the row numbers are there here? If we are able to write this also, the row numbers, it should not be in proper order. Correct or not? The salary should be in proper order only. But row nums, it should not be proper order. But what is the end user requirement? Based on the salaries, they are able to see the row nums also. It can print the proper order. First 5,000, this is okay. 3,000, they are able to see it as second row number only. 2,975, they are able to see it as a third. 2,850, 2,450, that is the inline way I am able to see. Tomorrow I can show it as this scenario. Tomorrow I can show it as this scenario only. How we can able to print the salary based on the salaries, I am able to print the row nums only. Tomorrow I can show it. Clear up to this, all of you? How we can print it? Row num always it can print the sequential numbers only. But while execution of query, based on the condition, the row numbers it should be changed only. The row numbers it cannot be fixed. Based on the condition, the row numbers it should be changed only. Row ID, the row IDs are always it can be generated while inserting the data into a table or particular column. The row IDs are always unique only. The row IDs are stored permanently into the database. Row num it won't store. That is the major difference between row ID and row num. Is it clear up to this? Now there are different examples are there row num. Just I am going to show it here few examples. 1 minute. I can take it as a few examples here row num. Just you can see it here. Run this query. Just now I have seen few only. Can try it like this. Already we explained these many things. Now I can try this. Now already we have seen this example, correct? Now select row num, e-name, salary from EMP, total row nums. It can be now after that, this one row ID and row num. This is also we have seen here just now. This is also we have seen.